Oh, welcome to the Elder Scrolls Online. This is episode 51 with Velithia Stendar. Why are we possibly in where are we? Not High Isle, but the other place that I always muddled up. Summerset. Why are we in Summerset, you ask? Because Velithia needs to unlock the Sigix Guild, and that is exactly what we're doing. Let's do this. The first thing you need to do when unlocking the Sigix Guild is to find the Queen's Decree by assisting razum-dar when you first arrive in Summerset. And then you need to go through the investigations, which is precisely what we're doing now. We're going to go and talk to Olnuil and find out what her complaint is against the Queen.
Go find your own patch of beach.
Wow, rude lady. How are you today?
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration. I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
What's the path of Alaxon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Summerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I heard you make complaints in Shimmerene. I'd like to hear about that.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
And what happened to your apprentice?
They took her away.
They did
Said
not.
they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf? I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Right. Right. Yes, I see. I know, she's a little bit hard to take, I think. We are going to go and find our next person. Jomajar. Nice to see. It's nice to see other players playing. I actually do enjoy seeing them around. All right. We're going to go this way and unlock our next thing. And try not to get ourselves killed with the wildlife. I know, last time I ran unwittingly across this country, I got myself almost eaten half a dozen times. Just have to watch where I'm going, I guess. Yeah. Like, you know, that's not a rock, it's a wolf. So is that. That I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid. Nice. Oh, that cannot be good. Suxol's backpack. Tiamat. Summerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with outsiders. They treat the newcomers worse than a mud flea on a guar. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of cultural assessment to ascertain my understanding of societal rules and regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of the monastery, along with other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water in an otherwise cool stream. When I heard one of the monks give thanks with a Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get out of there. I used the talents I learned from associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves' Guild. I know you disapprove of my friends. and slipped out of the cell and away from the monastery. In the morning, I plan to head back to Alinor. Hopefully, I can secure passage back to Murkmire there. Frankly, at this point of my any destination would be preferable to here. Zoksolza. I know he sounds more Khajiit than anything else. I apologize. That's okay. We're going to go, I think, to the docks. Ranul. And Ranul requires me to go around this body of water. I know the Welwa are scary as, okay? Ooh, I find a thing in the mouth of the falls overlooking the Shimmerene. Let me just make sure I'm not going to get eaten. No, no red dots following me. Let's have this sky shard. Beautiful. Okay. And away we go. Oh, good. We will have the jute. Like I said, you do get to recognize your crafting materials on the run eventually. I love backpacks because they usually have recipes in them. My bad. I already know that one. Well, that's just sad. Oh, dwarven ore. Alrighty. I know I'm really hoping to find leads very soon. Because leads lead you to treasure, and that's where we need to start. However, I don't want to find too many just yet because I don't want to really start looking for it until I incorporate it in thing. These are the Shimmerene Dockworks. If you're wondering where the crafting is, there's one table here, woodworking. You go around the back, there's your anvil. And then you find this, The Art of Smashing, Volume 1, the hardbound edition. I'm sorry. Carved into rock, and it's a hardbound edition. That is awesome. My bad. Let's go and find this dock worker that I think I probably ran right past. Oh my goodness. I know I was very kind of focused on the flame. Hi, how are you doing, Ranul?
A newcomer in the warehouse district.
Well,
Unusual.
yes.
But how can I help you today, my friend?
I was wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Who told you that? If a justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No, no. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing.
You're not a high elf. Have you lived in Summerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Do you like living in Summerset?
Summerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
I hear you. Raz is not going to be happy. Queen Iren will be less happy, and those are a pair I would not like to upset. Right, we're not stealing, that's right. I don't want to be arrested just yet. I should check and see what our dailies are. Dailies, daily endeavors. They're account wide. So, oh look, a book. Let's pick that up. Fang of the Sea Vipers. Rightio. There is another one in there somewhere. We'll look for it another time, but that's a good start. I will just pick up incidentals at this point as we try and focus on the mission required. Not a book, radio. So if I see it, I'll grab it, but otherwise we'll stick to the mission. Got to try and find Raz. I do get lost a lot in this city. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll get unlost just as quick. And we're not going to be here for too long, because we're not actually adventuring or following the Shimmerene adventures. Whoa.
Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
Well, the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The Kin Lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
The old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers.
Hey,
Send the newcomers back where they came from.
I resemble that remark. Raz, this is not good.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
The artist assistant and the Red Guard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes?
Yes.
Ranul's cousin just arrived, but O'Newell's assistant has lived on Summerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree.
Yes.
What about the lizard? What did Soxolza have to say?
Soxolza was dead by the time I reached him. I found this letter in his pack.
Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery?
I don't know.
Does the Kin Lady condone this behavior?
I think she backs
Raz's
it.
head itches, and not in a good way. Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery.
All right. I'll help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one
Raz is
needs
so
you to enter
sarcastic.
the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
All right, Raz. I can do that. Sleep quietly inside. Has he seen the armor I'm wearing? That cat is out of his tiny little cat skull. No, they have the right of it. We do have to go that way. It looks like they're also doing their quest.
You there? I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
Sentry!
What
I know, we
Raz
really
knows
want to
which
follow
one
that
game
quest,
of
but not
cards
yet.
And has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... you say I won some gold?
Don't you remember?
Raz always pays his debts. Excuse me, while I don't know, pilfer my way through. Wow, that cat did not like me, did it? You'll notice we're not going to get into trouble for any of this, because for some reason the game doesn't think I'm stealing anything. I'm not going to argue with it. A rejection of open borders. Investigating Our Allies, Part 1. Catacombs of Cathedral. Lessons learned guarding caravans. That looked like it was written with an uneducated hand. Enigma of the Runestones. Wait. Kinlady's letter. My dear Oldak Tilkala, I am so glad you suggested transferring to our beloved monastery. I was happy to use my influence to make that happen, especially after that insightful discussion we had concerning Queen Irene's radical and frankly dangerous decree. I look forward to working with you to make sure Shimmerene and indeed all of Summerset remains safe and secure. Your plan to sequester newcomers in order to test their suitability for residence in Shimmerene is a stroke of genius. Determining who has the ability and temperament to become productive members of our society and who does not will allow us to spot troublemakers and lackadaisical transients before any damage is done. It isn't a perfect solution, but it will suffice until we can urge the unforeseen Queen to rescind this order and send all the Nabara, the unwelcome, back to where they came from. Send me a list of candidates you deem acceptable for life in Summerset. I'm sure Proxy Queen Alwanawe will appreciate having documentation concerning whom we permitted to stay and whom we sent away. I keep saying that Summerset is sacrosanct. Let Oridon deal with the other races. After all, our beloved Queen spends all her time there anyway, carousing with cats and wood elves. I'm sure she'd love more company. Kinlady Avanis. That's rather rude, isn't it? Alright, let's head on upstairs. I know I'm being a little bit more thorough with my searching with this character because even though I want to complete the event quickly, I actually do want all of the resources I can pilfer my way through. It does look like someone's been through. Recently we're just going to take out these lockpicks, apart from the fact that I use them and I do occasionally need them. It does help the game to reset nicely. Oh good. And the nice thing is whoever went before me, they're not a crafter, so or they have those recipes. So I get to.
This isn't
getting
the town square. Move along.
Sure. Sorry, my bad. All right, best to watch what I pilfer in here. Yeah. I need a little bit of warning if someone's coming. Okay, nothing in here. Alright, I do need to keep searching. Rightio. I'm not sure what I just picked up then. I know I'm not being very careful at all, I'm just being quick. Bookshelf, the ever-scriven tome. Enigma of the Runestones. Restoring of Welwers. The Sounding Horn. Radio. Can I get... no. The Sounding Horn. Case for Open Borders. The Divine Prosecution. I know, I'd stop and read them, but we'd be here forever. The Ballad of Naveed the Singer. The Song of Palinil, Volume 5. The Crystal of the Tower. The Charge of the Weltqueer. Alright, nothing in here. Rizlav the Righteous, Book 1. Prayer of the Resolute. Rejection of Open Borders. Chime al-Adabal, a ballad. The Ever-Scriven Tome. The Ballad of Naveed the Singer. Cases of the Divine Prosecution. The Strange Case of Jariet. Radio, I get that. Rumours of the Spiral Skein. Sages of the Crystal Tower. Sacred Witness Part 2. Uranenya's Lament. I love books. What do we got in here? We do have Clovey and ginger beer. Just wait till she's oblivious again. And this is why I'm... She'll turn around again in a minute, so we just got to keep an eye. Oh, there's a lead. Did you see it? Yes. That was close. It's a lead that's above our level, but that's fine. There's nothing up there. I'm surprised. Usually there is, but okay. A list of sequestered guests. Wood elves, 4 males, 3 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. One says she's lived in Summerset for more than a year. Moved to preparation cells. Khajiit, 7 males, 9 females, all claim to be Dominion citizens. Send half to the preparation cells, the other half to holding cells. Argonians, 4 gender inconclusive, who can tell with muck swimmers. Moved to preparation cells for immediate siphoning. Bretons, 1 male, 2 females, claim to be traders from Wayrest, or did they say Daggerfall? Does it even matter? Why am I writing all this down? What does the new Oldark plan to do with this information? Place in holding cells. Redguards, 2 males, 4 females, all arrived on a ship from Hammerfell. One says she was sent for by Renault the trader. Send half to the holding cells and the other half to preparation. Nords, 1 male, claims to be part of something called the Nord Cultural Exchange. Send to holding. Riggett's here. Oh, I do hope he's all right. Did I not come through here? I think I did. Noleros?
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap.
I'm sorry. Where can I find the people that have been sequestered?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Oldark brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint, by the way.
Tell me about the Oldark and the new monks.
Oldark Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by Kinlady Avanice, or so I heard. It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together, but there's something strange about that bunch.
Strange? What do you mean?
The Oldark and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, please, let me get back to my nap.
You must have some idea where they've been sequestering the newcomers?
Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the Undercroft for registration and processing. Now go away.
Anything else I should know about this monastery?
The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation.
Right.
The Oldark has closed us down until further notice.
Really?
That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you. Now, if you don't mind, my nap awaits.
My goodness, he makes me yawn so much. Whoever voiced that did a really good job.
Why are you here?
Not sure. Can I find my door, please? There. I know, I'm going to get kicked out in a minute. I better move my patootie, I think. Get myself upstairs before someone actually does notice me and boot me out. Alright, so upstairs there is something, but you have to find the downstairs first. There, in that room, where we went through and pilfered everything.
Unusual knick-knack for an Oldark's office, wouldn't you agree?
Valseren.
I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own.
I see.
I suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
And what purpose would that be? Excuse me.
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
I saw a pearl like that. There were strange creatures nearby. Cut.
Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding. We need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers.
How did you happen to get past the sentry, by the way?
The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerene than the usual politics and community relations.
What else could be going on here?
That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldarch and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me?
I'll meet you in the Undercroft.
A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldarch acquired it. Probably not important. I'll meet you in the Undercroft, and we can see what's going on
I
with
want
the
to take
newcomers.
it with me, because I think Raz would find it exciting. She's heading right toward where I saw that guard, isn't she? Yes, she is. Man, he's going to follow me and arrest me one day, and then I'm going to be in trouble. You never saw me?
Are you trying to make me angry? Get out!
I'm leaving. Wow, they don't like strangers
wrong
here.
Down here.
Really?
I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages? These
Manon.
people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive.
Thank the divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here.
Why did they lock you in a cage?
It's a nightmare. We came to Summerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages.
There are only a few of you here. Where are the rest of the newcomers?
The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
I'll unlock the cage, then see what's going on in the next chamber.
Is that a scoffin?
I don't know. Excuse me for a minute.
Thank you for setting me free.
How do I free this prisoner? We can't leave any. Valseren, we have to get them out of here.
A Daedra? Here? And that's a scoffin, if I
Right.
remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
What's a dead scarfin doing in a monastery devoted to the Eight?
An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him.
Oh no.
I found this key on the creature's belt, so we can open that door.
That's where the prisoner said the monks took the rest of the
Then
newcomers.
I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action.
What about your missing friend?
I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
I don't think that's Riggit. Oh gosh, I hope not. I'd be very sad. I know we need to hurry, but really?
More new Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your turn will come.
Daedric cultists?
This is different. Oh, my goodness. This is very different. This wasn't here before. Alright, I better move my behind down before Velithia
I'll deal with the pearl.
gets
You
herself
hold off
killed.
these creatures.
Alright. Okay, what am I doing?
The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell.
I know, I've got to get used to these abilities again because I don't have them on my other characters. Soul trap for you. Like a kettle going off. Velithia.
Come on, let's talk outside.
Alright. I've never really noticed that upstairs chamber. I'm actually a little bit stunned by it. I want to go back and check it again. Oh, another recipe. Yes. And another recipe. Oh my gosh. Excuse me for a minute, Velithia. I found little recipe heaven here. I am going to have to read them to get them out of my pack though. Alright, out the door we go. Good. Velithia, what have we found?
Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
What happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any.
Right.
I'm a member of the Psijic Order. Our Rite Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Summerset. My inquiries led me here.
The Psijic Order?
The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you involved in all of this?
I'm working with razum-dar, one of the Queen's eyes, but what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Psijic island, for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
All right, let's go. I know those rats, right? Okay. Year 2020, Volume 4, The Tears of Anurame. Good chance to practice my stuff. Time of the Ebonheart Pact. Can't get to that one. Sounding Horn. The Everscriven Tome. Danger Worship. Case for open borders. Someone else has learnt the trick of jumping up. Makes me wonder how much there is left to find up here, really. Bookshelf, hags, harpies, hag ravens, jewels of the Yokuda, art, jewelry crafting, and priest 2. Yes, that's what we're after. Uranenya's lament. I'm still learning my skills. Oh, he's healing. What was this? Scarf and masker. Radio. Ever-scriven tome. Notes on elven architecture. Invocation of her scene. Ever-scriven tome. Restoring the something or other. I missed that one. I know, I'm not being particularly careful about what I pick up. I probably should be, but it's quicker if I just E and R it. There's 2 of them. We'll get both if we can. There's probably something in behind me. We'll check that in just a tick. There it is. What you finally noticed? I know. So basically, as I go through, I'm emptying everything, which is going to make it when the respawn time comes for more treasure, it's actually going to make it spawn different treasures. Unfortunately, I probably won't benefit from what I'm doing. Ow! Oh man, she nearly got a gobful of green gunk as I fired instinctively, but unfortunately I stopped in time. Trigger control is important. Let's go. What do we got? I know one day someone's going to put an exploding whatever in a box. I'm going to open it like I do. It's going to be... Now, where's that mage gone? Oh, that is the mage. Normally I avoid all these guys because they're, you know, tough and mean and likely to put me on my tail. But today I just want to get a little bit more XP to get stuff up. I know, get to the point, right? We got this. So what we're doing is we're chasing down, or we're doing the Queen's Decree.
Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up.
Though I'm pleased with Queen Irene's decree, it has rather dominated.
Oh, she was throwing up. Thanks, Devs. That was awesome. Oh.
Buying, selling, trading.
If I remember rightly, we have to go upstairs. Recipes I'll steal, but everything else I think we'll just leave. Well, because I can learn them and get them out of my pack almost straight away. Raz, hi.
Ah, this one's new partner returns.
Yes.
What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
The people that were sequestered were killed to power a Daedric ritual. I found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for.
I'm sorry.
Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day. We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you.
You want me to go and accuse the Kin Lady of conspiring with the Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly.
Okay.
Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Old Dark. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
I also met a mage from the Sijic Order in the monastery.
A Sijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Sijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Sijic mage say what the Order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed pretty interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl? You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Sijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Very well, Raz. Shouldn't you speak to the Kin Lady, though? You do work for the Queen, after all.
Kin Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along.
Oh.
You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details.
Oh, I
Besides,
wish you would.
Everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
Very well, Raz. Royal Decree. Sep's Kiss. Well, someone has well and truly plundered this place. You don't often get a lot of treasures left in these rooms.
I don't feel so well.
Go lie down. Because adventurers being what adventurers are, because there's so many beginning adventurers going through this area.
Right here.
More drink over here.
Now a story unfolds upon a pitiful mold was made to thrive on the raft. Unsightly was a trickster's last laugh long after his wrath was
Further notes on the slow. Alright, hang on a minute. I know that, and I know. Oh, I didn't know that one. Good. Alright. See, and now I no longer have that particular stolen good in my backpack. It's how we do things, you know. Come on, Velithia, let's go. Okay, so where are we going? I think we're going to a party. Oh yes, we are. Up this way? No, I did zig when I should have zagged. I needed to go this way. And then up this way. And I do need to get into disguise or they're never going to let me inside. I mean, I wouldn't let me inside anyway. A batch of clothes isn't going to change who I am. But, if all they see is the outside, then that's fine, I guess. This is a very interesting little adventure. We'll just use our elegant outfit. How pretty is that? I know. And head on inside. Now, of course, there are places to pilfer and all. But a pocket goblin. Hi, guys. We do want to do that without getting arousing suspicions, especially as we do wish to attend this party, so perhaps we shouldn't spend too long wandering. Ooh. Royal Decree, bookshelf, the aliens, the price of praxis. Gelmalor?
Yes? And who might you be?
I need to speak to Kin Lady Venice.
The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerene's elite to discuss certain political matters.
I have an invitation.
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
Thank you. My goodness. Well, we are going to end.
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerene and all of Summerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
And guys, on that note, I am going to bid you adieu as we continue our pursuit to join the Psijic Order. But for now, I'll see you later. Have a great day and take care out there.